I think the truth is that we have a slight tendency in the media to exaggerate the bitterness of polarization in American politics. The truth is, in my view, that this election showed the center to be a remarkably resilient place in American politics. Joe Biden himself is the quintessential centrist. Many people, I think, voted in the hope of normalcy. And there was considerable rejection of the radical ideas of the left of the Democratic Party. I think the left of the Democratic Party has a key role to play from now on, because I think if they adopt an unforgiving and even vengeful tone, then I think they will do great damage and alienate a great many people. Joe Biden struck the right note over the weekend by calling for a time of healing, and I actually found his victory speech compelling and reassuring, frankly, that he understands the extraordinary importance of lowering the temperature of American politics and getting people to recognize that while there may be differences on a whole range of policy issues, ultimately we have a common fate as Americans. So I look back on this whole period of debate going back 4 years. There have been repeated warnings that the Republic was in danger, that we were Weimar America, or that there was even going to be a second civil war. I have to say, it doesn't feel that way. Today, I never believed those alarmist calls. I think what we found today, or have found in the last week, is that American institutions still work as designed. This hasn't delivered a massive repudiation of Republican ideas at all. It's delivered victory to a centrist candidate, but not a sweeping victory, not unless they win 2 seats in the runoffs in January in Georgia, not the Senate. So I think the center has held. And those people who wrote hysterical articles predicting a kind of coup d'etat should all, go and take a chill pill and lie down in a darkened room.
Well, one of the more optimistic commentators out there, I would say, that's also being reflected in financial markets. We're a business channel, so we watch financial markets very closely, and markets have been performing really well. One of the reasons cited is that a split Congress is actually a positive outcome for financial markets, because there's a balancing side on both sides. The progressives can't push forward their agenda to the full, and equally there will be room for some bipartisan projects to come out of this Congress once Biden comes in there beginning of January. Do you think that a split Congress is also perhaps a more positive outcome for the country as a whole than this blue sweep that people had been anticipating?
Well, market narratives change with amazing speed. It's only a few weeks ago that we were being told that, in fact, a Democratic sweep, a blue wave, would be terrific because there would be enormous fiscal support for the economy. And we were all Keynesians looking forward to that outcome. And that has been ditched in favor of the narrative that, no, actually, it was better this way. And having divided government will check the more radical plans of the Democratic left. I mean, one of these stories can't be right. Part of what's buoying up markets, of course, is the good news about a vaccine for COVID-19. So this isn't just a political story, but the rally was already there. I never really believed the blue wave is awesome thesis. I think my view was that if we had a blue wave, if the Democrats had really swept and it had been a landslide, markets would have actually been very nervous and would have had second thoughts about what that implied, because it would have implied some pretty radical policies, quite possibly.